Hello again, and welcome to another day. Just another day, right? Another day of bullshit. I started watching that Jeffrey Dahmer show on Netflix, and I mean it's pretty good. What is it by the by the same guy who did Glee? So I'm waiting for some like musical part in it, for them to start singing and shit. Glee was alright though. I remember watching Glee because this chick really liked it that I was like after, and so I decided to like start watch it to have some common ground, and I actually kind of got into it. It was alright. There's some good stuff in there, but I mean that main character in Glee, Leah Michelle, is just a big nosed bitch. Like I don't know. She wasn't likable. I don't know why they tried so hard to make her likable. This Jeffrey Dahmer show, though, it's it's a lot like Dexter. I don't know. Have you seen Dexter on Showtime? That was good. Well, this is real life, so I guess that's why it's even more fucked up, though. But if you never watched Dexter, Dexter's really good. At least for the first 4 seasons. And then after that, it's like eh. And then the reimagining or whatever revisiting that they did recently is so disappointing. It was. I mean, I love everything the Michael C. Hall, the main actor, does, but the show was just it was disappointing. But yeah, this Jeffrey Dahmer show, it's good. For now, I'm on episode 3, and I was kind of seeing like his origin story. What his parents got divorced, and his dad let him look at like roadkill, right? Okay, and that made him a gay murderer. I'm pretty sure there was like way worse. I feel like my origin story is way worse, I was thinking about my origin story, like what went down back in my day, or back in my life, that might have, triggered me into being like a serial killer or something. I remember when I was maybe 4 or 5, finding my grandmother dead in her bed. Like, she died of, natural causes, old age. But I remember going to wake her up like I would, because we lived next door, and she was there asleep with her eyes open. And as a kid, you're like, hey, I go tell my mom, hey, grandma's asleep with her eyes open, and it was just like, bam, that's it, she's dead. So yeah, I mean, I don't know why then that didn't make me into a serial killer, I also remember this moment I had where I was, I don't know, 12 or 13, and I was at the city pool doing swimming lessons, and I want to say it was like for a week or a month, my swimming lessons, maybe a week, and so it was in the middle of the week, like a Wednesday or a Thursday, and that day they had the special kids come and swim with us, and I was in the middle of the pool, doing whatever exercises I was doing to learn to swim. And one of the retard kids pulled me down with them and basically panicked and tried to drown me. And I was like fighting for my life, because they had that strength, that retard strength. And I was just like struggling. And finally I was able to reach the edge of the pool to get them off of me. But yeah, I think I think about that, and it's like, well, why don't I just hate all retards now, like some sort of Marvel character, just hating on the world. And then also other stuff, like when my parents got divorced, I would watch my mom eat dirt at the cemetery, or hang out with that witch that lived kind of by the cemetery, like past it or at the edge of town, and they would do weird shit like fucking kill birds or sew a frog's eyes shut or burn a lot of like random items. And yeah, it's like, okay, well, why aren't Why aren't I all into witchcraft? Or I don't know, maybe how what I'm going through right now with my mental illnesses and stuff. Obviously, it comes from my mother, and that probably comes from her mother. But it's just why hasn't it affected me more? And I'll say it has affected me enough. But then to think of what my mother's done as far as black magic and sins committed, and it's like, okay, well, maybe I'm paying for the sins of my mother, you know? I guess that's just what we do in life. But I mean, she's suffering too, I'll say. She did have a stroke and lost like a lot of feeling in her, left arm? And yeah, she's going through a lot of shit too, so that's kind of what she gets, you know? So I don't know. I don't know if you believe in karma or you believe in all that shit, but that's kind of what she gets. All that shit that went down. I remember when I did love my mom years ago. I remember there was a point where I had gotten her a birthday card. Right? No, a Mother's Day card. It was a Mother's Day card, and it was like Snoopy because I really like Snoopy. And I got her a Mother's Day card with like a flower and an almond joy because she really likes almond joys. And so I gave that to her. I was like, "Oh, happy Mother's Day!" And I was maybe 20, 25, you know, really close to my mom, 24, 25. I remember giving her that gift, and she was like, "Why didn't you just give me the money so I could buy Salem 100s in a box?" Man. Yeah, she did love smoking. Those Salems or Virginia Slims. Those old lady cigarettes she liked to smoke. Well, she was an old lady, right? So but yeah, I guess that's just that's my origin story. Why aren't I out killing gays, you know? I guess I could say other stuff too. The what I may be into as far as kinks go, and the fact that I'm self-diagnosed asexual. Well, I don't know if that's a diagnosis, but yeah, I consider myself asexual with that flag that's like gray and neutral, you know. And that kind of sucks. Why do the gays get the rainbow flag all cool and the asexuals just get the plain old neutral gray black colors, you know? Gray, white, black. Not even colors, just values, you know? But what can I do? I'm not ashamed of it, but it's nothing I care to be proud of, you know, like most of these people trying to show off their sexuality or their gender or their pronouns. Like, why should that be first and foremost? You know, just if I hate you, I hate you. If you hate me, I hate you hate me. You know, there's it shouldn't have to do with race or gender or anything else like that. You know, but whatever. And yeah, I'll probably just keep watching that Dahmer show. Oh, if you get a chance, man, if I don't, not even if you're not even into wrestling, you should watch The Dark Side of the Ring. That shit's crazy with the old wrestling stories and all that. And they just released another one called Tales from the Territories, and they tell some good fucking stories. And I always joke how Jerry the King Lawler looks kind of like my dad. And I'm like, man, I kind of wish Jerry the King Lawler was my dad, you know, and not my dad's just not this boring. No, he's not boring. He's an alright guy. My dad's an alright guy. He's a terrible dad, but he's an alright guy. You know, he's cool. I know over this coming Saturday or this coming weekend, my dad wants to bring one of the Palominos, one of the band. Nah, I guess one of his cousins is all into prayer, and so they want to come like pray for me to, I guess, heal whatever sicknesses I might have. And I'm like, I don't care, you know, you can go ahead. My dad's all about prayer and that Houston mega church and shit. I guess now he is. I don't know. It's whatever. I don't care. And then I'll hear random little stories about my mom still still suffering with her stroke, and how she has to work two jobs because she has no money. And it's like, oh, well, welcome to the fucking club. Yeah, that's what you fucking get, because that's what I'm going through. So fuck you. But we we can't choose our parents, right? and and my mom is, maybe you'll say like, oh, well, that's your mother, you have to love her. No, 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 no. There's like ways that my parents could have at least not hindered or not helped me out, with money and with education and all that. But they literally like slowed me down. They like hindered me. And I even think about the houses that my grandparents owned were supposed to be for me and my sister. They had two houses, my grandparents, and it was like, okay, the plan is to leave these to your children, to my mom's children, me and my sister, one house each, right? And as soon as my grandparents died, both my parents equally were like, we're selling these houses that we're supposed to give to our children, and we're gonna take the money and fucking blow it on, I don't know, whatever they did, Budweiser and Salem cigarettes. Not like, they literally sold our houses that me and my sister were supposed to get as children, or whenever, as an inheritance, to get us ahead in life. And they sold them for like fucking nickels on the dollar. So am I angry and sour? Yes, very much so. And it's not even just that. It's like layers upon layers upon layers of just my mom backstabbing me, and my dad just not being a good dad. And I don't know. It's I mean, I'll tell little bits of story here and there, but yeah, if you hate your parents, I'm there with you. I especially my mother. Like, I hate her so much. And if you hate your parents too, I'm there. I get it. I don't blame you, because man, like, your parents are the people that are supposed to look out for you, and when they don't, who else can you trust if you can't even trust your own parents, right? But whatever, that's life. So maybe that's my origin story. That's why I'm such a piece of shit, because of all of that I went through. But yeah, I hope this helped you get through the day. And if it didn't, whatever. Like, I'm a piece of shit. And again, whoever's listening, you're okay unless you owe me money, or unless you're my mom. Then I don't care. You can die. Piece of shit. Eat that shit, you fucking stupid bitch.